All right, what's happening, man? It's myself, DJ Akademiks, Impact TV, WPGC 95.5, DC Lottery Live Studios, and I got special guest, man, Stalley, man. What's going on, man?
I'm chilling. What's good?
Okay,
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
thank you for coming
already.
through,
Nah,
man.
thank you for
Appreciate
having
you.
me.
Man, you've been out here moving and shaking. You just wrapped up the From Me to You tour, right?
Yes.
How was that?
It was beautiful, man. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was an intimate party. Put it like that. I had, a lot of my core fans, some new fans, just people that support me from day one. We did smaller venues. Every venue was packed out, sold out. So it was a lot of good times.
So you had it more intimate, like all
Yeah.
the settings were more
What I
intimate
wanted
and-
to do with the tour. That's why I was from me to you. What I wanted to do is I wanted to get back to just that intimacy, kind of like that unplugged feel. When it's like a venue that has about 400 to 600 people, and you kind of just pack it in, and you can just kind of feel, each other's energy. You know what I'm saying? Just vibe and really see the people, touch the people. I stood after the shows, and just took a lot of pictures with people and just kind of built with the people who support me. I like to do that.
Okay, what actually cities did you pick out for the tour?
Well, we doing a couple legs, but the first leg we did the Midwest and the East Coast. So we did Kansas City, Carbondale, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland. We did Boston, New York, Baltimore, Philly, Toronto.
So how did you pick those cities? Did you just go through the scan and check where you was getting the most spins or the most love and the most downloads and stuff like that? Or
Nah,
did you
we
just pick out certain places on the map that you just wanted to go?
Yeah, a couple of places like Kansas City was my first time. Carbondale was my first time. Toronto, I hadn't been there for a while. Same with Boston and Philly and New York. So I just wanted to really go to the places that I know that I have a big fan base and that I haven't been to in a while. There's places that I go to a lot. And there's places that don't get to see me a lot. So I wanted to really go to the places who don't get to see me a lot, but have been supporting and might not, get touched. I feel like a lot of artists
real promoting.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like
actually working
exactly
like they used to do.
Yeah,
like back in the early 2000s and the 90s, where they was in the building and it just wasn't relying on all the social media and everything.
Exactly. Yeah. You hit it on the nose. You said it perfectly for me, and that's what I wanted to do. Like you said, that chitlin circuit and just really touching the people. A lot of people skip over a lot of those places that I just named too. If it's not a big city or a big market to them, they're not going. So I really like to go into those, to the nooks and cranny of the states, because I come from a small town, and I know we never got anybody where I'm from. If we wanted to see somebody, we had to travel to Cleveland or Columbus, to see somebody. So I want to go to a lot of those places that don't get to see artists or their favorite artists and really just touch the people.
So, I mean, how important was that to you coming from, like you said, small town Ohio, where y'all didn't get as much exposure and a lot of traffic coming through with that From Me to You tour being so intimate, because you're not the traditional MMG artist as people would so to say.
Yeah.
But your following is more of a cult following. Like
Exactly.
Your fans, like, they really, really love you. They all about it. And they will jump off a cliff.
Right. And I'll
like
jump
one
with
of
them,
those
you know what I'm saying?
fans.
And that's the love that I appreciate, and that's the love that I wanted to give back, because I see them fighting and rooting and cheering and, just doing a lot for me. So that's the least I could do is, do that. And that's why I stick around for pics. I stick around, to sign anything they want me to sign. People come to my shows. They got CDs and T-shirts and stuff that I forgot that I even put out. You know what I mean? And they're like, "Can you sign this?" And I'm like, "Man, like you still have that?"
Craziest thing a fan ever pulled up to you and you like, how did you get your hands on that? And they wanted you to sign.
Let me see. Man, it's a lot of. I would say probably like my first mixtape. Like I'm talking about very first, like autobiography, like master, like that, like. Back, yeah, one. Exactly. Like when I was still working the job mixtape, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was rapping and working, like they come in with like, "Can you sign?" I'm like, "How?"
Did you ask them what they say?
Yeah, and they'll be like, "Man, I've been with you since day one." Or they'll be like, "I came to a show at this place and you had them for sale, or you was giving them out, or I was at an in-store and you was and it's like they hold on to it, and that's just like I can't say how much I appreciate it enough. It's like it's crazy.
Is that your Grammy? Is that your Oscar? Is that your plaque right
every
there?
time? Yeah, it's like I I got hundreds, thousands, you know what I mean, when it comes to that. And just to see people, like I said, when I'm on stage and performing, and to look out in the crowd and see somebody that has like a Stalley 10 Deep t-shirt, or
Mhm.
like one of the first t-shirts I printed and they got it on and they asked me to sign it. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised you can still fit that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder, because I mean, I've talked to a few artists, and I can't remember the one in particular, but he actually has like a whole cave of nothing but like pictures and paintings and things that
mm,
he's got from fans, and he's collected them over the years, and it's
yeah.
just like that's just like his wall of fame in his words. He says that room is bigger than any Grammy he could get. I mean, is that
I
something that
have
you have
something
as well?
similar. Yeah, definitely. I have like rooms and basement full of artwork, and I keep everything. If it's a bracelet, if it's a necklace, if it's a T-shirt, if it's a a hat, if it's a painting, any type of graphics, whatever it is, like that I get from a fan, I keep it. You know what I mean? And I put it to the side, and I just look at it. And like I said, I go into that room sometimes and just look around in appreciation, because anytime, and I think I might, I don't know, I don't want to battle with any artist, but I think I might have the
Uh-oh.
most self portraits, drawn of me, like, you know what I mean, like. And that is the biggest compliment, because for somebody to sit down and paint or draw a picture of you and take days, hours, weeks, months, whatever, however long it
Mhm.
takes, like, that is just the biggest compliment. Like, for somebody to actually want to sit down and take the time to like draw a picture of your face is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. And just talking with you right now, because your whole opening, I mean, you're very open, and I mean,
Mm.
you talk about just about anything, but then you have the laughing introvert for your Snapchat. And I mean,
Right.
and the whole definition of an introvert is like kind of like a closed in person, but I'm not getting
Exactly.
that at all.
No,
Like
I'm
from the moment you stepped in here, it's been showtime.
yeah, I mean, I'm getting better. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still an introvert in many ways. I still um you know, I- and even to a fault, like, or, to not my liking, I would say, is like, I kind of am standoffish in a way, or I kind of used to be a little, um, what's the good word for it? Like, just not open enough, you know what I mean? With myself, even,
Mhm.
and with the fans. So I'm trying to work on that and open up a little bit more. I know the people want to see and hear more from me. So I'm doing a better job at that.
So was that, I mean, that lack of opening up early on, was that just because of a fear of the unknown, of getting words twisted up or things like that?
Mm, not really. It's more of that's just who I am.
Mm.
I've always been somebody that's been very observant, very to myself. Even whether it's a full room or empty room, I'm always in my head. I think a lot. I observe everything, so I kind of feel like it's just something that came with just my upbringing. I played sports, and I've been a part of teams and different organizations and things like that. But I've always been that, leader, that silent leader. Like, people know when I speak that I have something to say, and people know when I'm not speaking. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's, just me kind of in my head.
All right, and with that, let's get into this project. I mean,
Yes.
Yousef,
Yes.
Saving Yousef.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd that all come about?
Saving Yousef. So, it's two parts to it. One part is just is saving myself. I am Yousef. Yousef is also a prophet in the Quran or whatever.
Mhm.
Well, not whatever, but he's a prophet in the Quran. And whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew, you Jewish or whatever, I feel like everyone knows his story. It's similar, in all the books. And what it is just like he's been through a lot. He dealt with a lot of evils, a lot of ups and downs, but he came out on top. And I feel like that parallels with my career, is just dealing with a lot of demons. Like you said it earlier, like, I'm not the typical MMG artist. So sometimes listening to me or seeing me, people can write off or put a deaf ear to it
Mhm.
automatically, because it's not what they assume it should be, being that I'm with MMG. So, with that, I just want people to kind of dig into his story without saying too much. I want people to kind of read up on that story and also listen to the music and kind of see the parallels to each.
What do you want them to get out of the music?
I want them to get out of it is I want them to learn more about me. I feel like this is one of my more open mixtapes, getting out of the introvert that I am. I think that I shed light on a lot of different topics,
How far
and
out of it are you?
I'm
Like 25%, 50%?
I would say I'm maybe 50. I'll
Maybe
give
50.
myself
You
50.
half in,
Yeah,
half
yeah,
out
I'm
now. All
half
right,
in, half
cool.
out, but it's warming up. You know, a lot of people don't understand, like, when you come into the industry, it's new. You know what I mean? This is new, so it's a lot of learning. There's a lot of adjusting, and I feel like I'm getting that. All those adjustments are coming in the perfect time. And saving Yousef was also about saving myself and not being jaded, not kind of feeling like I'm resentment towards anything or anyone, because I really love hip hop. I really love music. I started this because I love it. I started this because I wanted to be great, and
I
that's
heard you
what's
got into your original creative space because you felt as though the started feeling like work,
yeah,
and you didn't want
exactly.
that. And with this project, you got back into that space where it was fun and you were just in your creative state.
Yeah, definitely. Everything was just flowing naturally. Everything was fun. The energy was high at all times. The studio, atmosphere was beautiful, full of energy, full of positivity. And that's what I really wanted to get back. And I think you can hear it through the music. And so that's really what it was about, is just getting back to me. Um, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And for those who haven't, I mean, listening to Saving Yousef,
hmm
I mean, what? Why should they go get? I mean, are there any features on there? I mean, any
Oh yeah,
production we might know? I
there's
mean,
some great features on there. There's Big Critters on there. I got Ray Cash on there. I have Chuck English on there. I got Ink. She's a dope artist out of Atlanta. Production wise, I got my homie Rashad on there, Black Diamond, um, Chef Scout, the Block Beaters.
mhm,
Uh, yeah, Goldie is on there, heavy. You know what I mean? Shout out, he's killing it on there. Matter of
yes.
fact, who else is on there? Oh, FKI.
All right.
Yeah. So,
So anybody from your camp?
Black Diamond is from my camp. The Block Beaters is from my camp. On the production side, they represent BCG. Uh,
And let's talk about
and
that.
that's it. Yeah.
How's that whole situation coming about? I mean, as we talked, you weren't the typical MMG artist. You're not
Yeah.
as loud and as flashy, but I
Right.
mean, you still have your own swag about you. I mean, we
Yeah.
was just talking about the shoes. You
Yeah.
came here, you
Yeah.
broke my heart. You got the masters on. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah.
mine is in the mail right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, you still got your own style.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still the flyest, still the most lyrical, you know what I'm saying? But it's all about BCG is my brand. It's my label, it's my baby, and I've been building it for some years now. The fans are what makes it, because it's about touching the people. You know what I mean? It's about touching those areas that don't get touched. It's about um being a voice for those people who don't necessarily be heard all the time, for the people who are introverts, for the people who are, go to school, work 9 to 5s, who live normal lives and who are happy with that. Not everybody is trying to be in Bentleys and diamonds, you know what I'm saying? So I really speak for the rugged, the raw, the hard work, and the blue collar. So that's what Blue Collar Gang and BCG stands for. And the music represents that. Everybody that I work with are hard working, talented, fresh and fly dudes or women, and they make great music. And that's what it's about. It's about making great music.
But I'll ask you this, and I mean, you can speak on it, which is as much validity as you can. I mean, being that you've been in the game for a few years,
Yes.
you've gotten a couple checks.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, I mean, do you still feel as though you can really compare to that everyday blue collar and relate to them like you used to?
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like it when it's in you, it's in you. Like I feel like it doesn't really leave you. Like especially if your heart is in it. I'm always trying to give back, and whether it's if it's not material things or money, it's about time and your presence. Being in the community, touching the people. Like I said, really touching the fans and doing things for them. Of course, it's about me and it's about my talent and it's about being great, but it's also about those who support you. And I think that mentality never leaves you. Hard work never leaves you. No matter how much money you have, unless and if it does, then it just wasn't there. You know what I mean?
All right. And so with the label, the BCG,
Mm-hmm.
are you going to basically have like all your artists are going to have that same like persona, like not as loud and as flashy with the Bentleys and the Maseratis and the crazy stuff all over the place? So
Well, I mean,
everybody you gonna keep
everybody
control,
I
or do you
know
just
that
let them do them?
Yeah, everybody I know like Bentleys and Maseratis and stuff. But I mean, I can't say that it's gonna be of one thing, and we're not set to be just one thing. We're set to be, have our individuality with whatever we do and be great at it. Of course, we like nice things. Anybody who works a job is striving to work towards something, whether it's a pair of new shoes, or if it's a new car, or if it's a house, or if it's just to feed their children. We working towards something. So that's what it's about. It's about working towards something, and working until you feel accomplished and completed. And if you never feel that way, then we're gonna continue to work. You know.
And you said with Saving Yousef, you want people to know more about you.
Yes.
Because this is your most personal artwork.
Yes.
Give me the one thing that people would never guess about you.
Oh man. Probably that I'm a funny dude. You know what I mean? I think people see me and they think that I'm serious all the time. They think that I'm always like, because I guess I have a look on my face where it's like it's a seriousness to me or something. But I'm actually chill, laid back, funny. I like to joke. I love to laugh and just have a good time. And I think that some people kind of look at me as being like a militant, serious dude all the time. Maybe it's the beard, you know what I'm saying, that gives them that. But those are definitely parts of my life, but I'm also very laid back and chill.
All right, 3 things you love to do outside of music.
Oh man, I love to read. I love to watch sports, and I love to just chill with my family.
Who's your team?
My team and what?
Football.
Football, college or pro?
Oh.
I like college is Ohio State. Pro, I like the Broncos.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
got the big dub.
of course.
Man, Rod, you think he riding off to the sunset, or you think he gonna bring it back one more time?
I hope he rides off to the sunset. You know what I mean? I love Peyton Manning. That's probably one of my favorite players of all time. But I think it's time for him to just, I don't know, but I know this year it was trying. It was hard to watch at sometimes. But again, he wasn't 100%. Who knows if he'll come back 100%? But just my opinion, I think that this would be the perfect, end to his career.
All right. Well, let's get back into it with the Saving Yousef. I mean, as we talk about, this is the most personal one.
Mm-hmm.
If you could tell Stalley just getting signed, just starting to get attention, what you know now, what do you want to put in his ear?
Man, I would want to put in his ear to be more relaxed, to be more free, and to just really that's it. Just be more relaxed and be more free, not really be so calculated. You know what I mean? I'm such a calculated person. Like I said, I've been that way my whole life. So just really believe in God, like you have, and just trust in him, and just know that we know with hard work that he's going to take care of everything.
And with that being said, I got to ask you on the funny part. I mean, of course, you've seen the Grammys, right?
Yeah.
All right, what do you think about French Montana's comments?
I just seen those today. It's funny.
Yeah, about how Kendrick, they don't want that to be the face of hip hop. He's making street guys uncool. He's taking hip hop off the block.
Yeah.
And J. Cole, they don't like that. I mean, he don't like that.
Street guys have always been uncool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, when has it ever been cool to be a street guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, when has it ever been cool to not, put something good into the world, or to give back to the community, or to uplift people? You know what I mean? When has it ever been uncool? So I don't think that it's uncool. I think Kendrick put himself in that place. I think I heard somebody say that, but I agree with them. It's like he's put himself, he's worked hard. He's put out positivity and just great music, and that from that he's been rewarded with the opportunity to be able to do things like the Grammys, and to be kind of like the face and be put on the forefront. And it's about time, because I feel like for years the negative stuff or the other things have been put in the forefront. So it's about time that somebody with some positivity and something to say is being rewarded and being respected as that, and not kind of giving us and feeding us the bull.
Yeah, not micromanaging everybody's brain.
Exactly.
That was actually my next question. How did you feel about now that the game is actually starting to, appreciate more lyricism and positive? Because we've always had positive rap.
Right.
We've always had the most deaths. We've always had the Commons, but they never got in the Black Stars. But
even the Nas never got that look.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? When he was on fire, he never got that Grammy look. You know what I'm saying? And the same with the guys you just said, Common and Most. And it took Common years and to get a little bit older, and to do other things outside of music, like acting and stuff, to really get recognized by the Grammys and be able to speak at the Oscars and the Grammys and things like he did this year when he was next to the, I believe, the chairman or the president of the Grammys. They did the little speech together about pirating and streaming. So
then he had the big song with John Legend.
Yeah, he had the big song for Selma or whatever.
Exactly.
You know, so
that
it's like
exactly.
So it's big, it's huge. So you know, it's nothing against gangster rap or I guess street dudes or street music, because again, like I grew up on that. I grew up around that. You know what I mean? I could be considered the same, you know, from my upbringing or from the things that I've seen and been around. But it's all about how you portray it and how you you know, convey it to the masses. Because I feel like you can be street and or you can talk about the streets and talk about the struggle in the hood or whatever, but you can talk about it in a way where it's not negative.
Yeah, of course. I mean, a lot of them, they tell them what's going on and what they've been through, but they also say, I barely escaped this.
Exactly.
This is what it really come. I was
let us know both sides of it. You know what I mean? Like, don't just drug us up and feed us pills and lean and then be like, okay, live your life. Like, you know, tell us the effects from that. Tell us what happens when you get into those things, or when you sell drugs, or when you shoot your guns, or if your homie who was selling dope, like, tell his story. What really happened? Don't just tell the story about him riding around in the coupe
in the party
and in the parties and all that, but there's something else that happened on the way or after. You know what I mean? Or during. So just let us know all sides of it.
So what's the game plan for you, man? What's the game plan for Stalley? Where do you want him to be in 5 years?
Man, I want him to be on the Grammys. Like Kendrick was. But you know, it's just about progression. I feel like every time out I get better. And that's all I ask for. Is like I'm all about getting better, man. I work hard at my craft. I spend hours, days, you know, like long nights just working on my craft. I spend time away from family and friends, you know, just to get better and to perfect my craft again, because I love it. So I just want to continue to get better. And I want every verse, every lyric, every song, every project to show that.
Do you feel like you've gotten your fair push?
With who?
I mean, just through the labels and just putting your music out there and getting it in front of people.
To be honest,
to be honest, do you feel like your situation has been treated properly?
Nah, no, definitely not. But you know, at the same time, it's me. You know what I mean? I got to do me. I got to do what I have to do. I can't rely on anyone to do it for me. So that's what I'm saying. It's just about saving Yousef, saving myself, and doing what I got to do, because again, or not to keep saying it again, but to be honest with you, I have to be that deciding factor to know where I want to go, or to put myself in the position where I want to be. I can't blame it on anybody else. But as far as, you know, the help that you feel like you deserve or that you're going to get from signing with a label or being a part of that conglomerate, then definitely I feel like there's more that could be done, but there's always more that could be done.
Do you feel like BCG is that way?
Yeah, BCG is going to be that way because it's me. You know what I mean? And it's my loved ones, it's the people who support me and who want to see, who want the same, who want to accomplish the same goals as I want to accomplish. So nobody's going to stop that from happening. And so that's what it's the way of BCG this year.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
Nah, thank you.
Coming through, Stalley, man.
Yes, sir.
Last plug. Let people know how they can get their hands on Saving Yousef if they don't already know.
Check out. You can get it on. You can download it on that Piff. You can get it on SoundCloud. It's SoundCloud.com/Stalley330.
Hit them ads.
Hit them. Yeah.
Them ads.
At me on Twitter, Instagram. It's Stalley, Stalley. The Instagram is Laughing Introvert. That's LAUGHN. INTROVERT. I think I spelled that right.
Yeah. Well, I hope you did.
Yeah.
If not, we got it right here on the screen.
Yeah. Right. So Laughing Introvert, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just Laughing Introvert without the IN. I mean, without the IG.
We'll figure it out.
You know what it is.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's gonna be on the screen.
It's complicated.
Yeah. Appreciate you coming through, man.
Thank you.
Man, Impact TV, man.
Appreciate y'all.